Hey friends, so welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly with a Nestle Valley Farmhouse. So today I wanted to talk about end of year review, how we did. I want to talk about what things worked and what didn't work. So if you want to know how everything worked out for our first year homeschooling, just stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name's Holly with a Nestle Valley Farmhouse. So today we're going to talk about kind of what went well, what didn't go well, kind of a overall review of my first year homeschooling. And I've been kind of anxious to make this video, and I wanted to get it out as soon as possible so that I can give a lot of people food for thought, kind of how things worked for us, to hopefully give other people options that, they can work on to see what worked for them. So if you are new here, hi, my name's Holly. I'm a homesteading, homeschooling, frugal living mom of 4 kids, and we are really enjoying homeschooling this year and kind of getting our part-time homestead started. So if those videos interest you, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything new on this channel. This year's been crazy. I mean, straight up, I cannot believe we finally made it to the end of the year. In some ways, I'm so proud of myself for sticking it out, because I'll be honest, at least 2 or 3 times I threatened to put them back in public school, even though they weren't fully meeting in person, because I was just so done with craziness. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what we've been working on. I want to show you the curriculum we've been using. I already done a few reviews, and there's a few I haven't reviewed yet because I figured I'd just lump them in here, because unless you really want let me know in the comments if you want an actual fleshed out review of these particular curriculums, because I can totally do that. I just was kind of wanting to wrap up things homeschool wise. So, okay, first of all, we did for language arts, let's see if I have, we did The Good and the Beautiful. And so I really so this is the level K course. So I have a 1st and 2nd grader homeschool that I homeschooled this year. And this was her level K. We actually did not finish it, and I will kind of explain why. And so some of the things that I learned, number one, my daughter was really struggling with her reading and writing, and by about February time, we decided to just stop working on this, because as much as I love The Good and the Beautiful, she flew through the K primer. But once we hit the level K, it almost moved way too fast for her. And I did not really figure out an easy way to break down the lessons. So we just decided to stop, and we actually got hooked on phonics that we've worked. And now, so she's getting through, and I've started her over at level K. So one thing you don't know, my daughter got put into a dual language program. And one thing I did not find out until literally this year is that a lot of kids in dual language programs actually are behind their peers. And so when we started and she was super behind, it freaked me out. And so what we've been doing is we've been starting her over. I've been using the Hooked on Phonics program, and she's been doing the handwriting. So she started with the level K in the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, but we're now moved up to the level 1. So, my plan is for her to do handwriting all through the summer still, but we're starting now with level 1 handwriting. So her language arts has been, to finish out the year, she's going through Hooked on Phonics and then handwriting with Good and Beautiful. And my hope is that next fall she will go back into this, and she's going to be starting at lesson 87. So she's almost done with it, but it was just a real slog, and I don't really feel like she was retaining it. So we're kind of taking a back seat on there. And then we're going to try to finish it up either this summer or next fall. So overall, and then my other daughter, she did the level 1 language arts, and she really did pretty good with it. I mean, but she's she's always been a good reader. She started school a little bit older. So my 1st grader is also in, she was 5 when she started school. So I kind of feel like it might take her a little, an extra year to catch up to be kind of at the same level where her sister was, because her sister started, she was October baby. So she started almost 6 years old. So overall, I really like the Good and the Beautiful curriculum. I feel like it is one of those, there's just so many cool things about it I can't even explain. And I love that it gives you a lot of different hands-on ideas. It's very versatile, I feel like. But I just felt like the level K moved a little too fast for my daughter. But my goal is to still use it, but catch her up using supplementary stuff like the Hooked on Phonics program, and then hopefully move her into doing level K, finishing it up, and then hopefully into level 1. So I'm planning on getting the PDFs and printing out the level 1 right now, but it kind of depends on cost for me. I like the idea of just having the PDFs so that, for subsequent kids, I can print them out. But I also know you're spending a lot of ink. So that was our language arts. So for math, I have one math book here. This is the Easy Peasy. And my daughter, my first grader, Mia, she made it all the way to lesson, I think it was 120 something, 137, before we decided to switch her over to the Good and the Beautiful Math. And my number one regret for this year was that I did not buy and push harder to get the Good and the Beautiful Math sooner. I absolutely love it. So the level one, I printed off the level one for her because they were out of stock. So she has the PDF for the level one, and then my other daughter, I started her, and I started them both on book 2 of like their levels. So she's on book 2 level 1. My second grader's now on book 2 level 2. Yeah, because she's in second grade. But she also finished up, I think she was on lesson 160 of the Easy Peasy before we swapped over. And I just swapped them as soon as possible because I wanted to get this new curriculum in them as soon as possible because I love it. I do have the activity box here, and there are so many amazing things. So this is part of the activity boxes. They have these tanagram pieces that you can make in cards, tons of manipulatives, which if anybody knows my kids, they know that my kids are all about like hands-on stuff. A little clock to teach your kids to tell time. And this activity box is for levels 1 and 2. So I didn't have to buy a second one because I've heard that they've gotten kind of spendy on the thing because they're actually discontinuing their math and they're bringing out a new math, which I mean, we don't know yet. There's a lot of, questions about it, but I think that they are planning on, I think it's going to be a little bit more affordable. I think it's going to be like $50, including a small activity box with each of the levels. So I'm kind of starting them so that they will have the old math because it starts, the new math comes out like beginning of August, and that's kind of when we're going to be starting our homeschool year. So I want them to have some old math, at least get a month or two in to hopefully be able to get one of the first new maths and be able to get it before it sells out. But if it does, we still have the old math to get through. So I love like all the game pieces. There's actually games that you can play in here. They have dominoes. They have like dice that you play, and this is actually little people to play like some of the games. It is an amazing, darling like box. And like I said, biggest regret, I'm trying not to kick myself over it because I would have swapped them way sooner. The thing is, I really liked Easy Peasy Math, and I did do a review on it. I still stand by it's a great curriculum, especially if like budget's an issue. But the Good and the Beautiful Math is like, it's so thorough, and it has so many things in it that like I feel like you don't always like my daughter's learning how to read maps and all these different like more practical maths, and I love that. So for history, we did Knotgrass history. So I will say I have a first and second grader, and I've kind of heard a lot of people say that at those ages they don't really retain a lot, and it's kind of, and I felt like they just weren't really interested in the worksheets and stuff. So we've just been reading the stories out of the books. And I find that that has worked pretty well for us. I ask them questions, and it's a 3-day a week that we've been doing. And we have, I think, just a couple lessons left, and then we're done with history for this year. I honestly think I really like Knotgrass history, but this next year I'm gonna try the Good and the Beautiful history because I've heard mixed reviews. But I'm hoping, since I'll have a third and second grader, that they might be a little bit more intrigued, and I'm hoping for like more hands-on activities and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I feel like history kind of was one where I felt like they would watch shows that were historical and stuff, and I just kind of let that supplement, and I just kind of read the stories to them. So we did pretty good. It wasn't like amazing, but I felt like we at least got through it. We did the human body unit for the in Easy Peasy for science for the first part of the year, and then we moved on to the plant one, and we kind of finished up early because my kids kind of got bored with it, and it was just a bunch of like whatchamacallit, like a bunch of experiments and stuff. So, and like in about March time, my kids were really starting, like my now 3-year-old was really getting interested in dinosaurs. So I found this awesome unit study on Teachers Pay Teachers. It was $6. And it has a bunch of these that I've laminated and hanged up, and it's like kind of talking about, this one says, dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago, and they believe that a comet or meteor may have caused their extinction. So it's kind of talks about dinosaurs, kind of talks about, stuff like that. And then it came with these cute like flashcards. And so kind of what their science project is going to be is they're going to pick a dinosaur, and on the back it kind of has some like fun facts, and we're going to basically do a little research, and they're going to do a little presentation project. They're getting ready to do those very soon. But it also came with some really cute, I just want to show you guys, it came with some really cute vocab so this was also in the unit studies. So then it's a vocab, so we did a little bit of language arts in our science, and so this is what we finished up our year with. And overall, I would say it was a lot of fun, and I actually am going to do more unit studies. I know that the Good and Beautiful has unit studies, but I kind of want to look Teachers Pay Teachers next year. I think we might do space, and I saw a really good one. It was a little bit more pricey, but like it had a ton of info. So I love the unit studies for science, and I think that's something that we're going to try to do more, and maybe do like some holiday themed unit studies. That's my goal, at least. So yeah, we got math, science, history, language arts. So one of the things I did want to talk about, we started this book, More Than Words, for a Bible curriculum, and to be honest, we just kind of totally fell off the wagon. We made it to lesson week 11. So we were really dragging on this. Overall, I really do like this curriculum, but I felt like with it being my first year and all, I just was so overwhelmed with everything. So the thing about it is it's a 4-day-a-week thing, and it's, you read a verse, you learn about the verse, and then they have copy work, and you write down the like the scripture that you're copying. So my goal is to kind of get through this through the summer. Oh, and they have hymn studies. So I like this. They talk about hymns, kind of like what the verse is and what the interpretation is, and it's really cool. So I really liked this, and I really wanted to do it, but I think I just got too overwhelmed with having, and my youngest was like, when we started school, she was like 5 months old. So now she's getting older. She's a little bit more easier to handle because I'm not like, nursing a baby all day, because little babies are like that. So my goal is to kind of do this over the summer. So we'll see. Overall, I am like more determined than ever to homeschool. So I really think that it's been a great thing for our family in so many ways. I feel like I've kind of learned a lot, even like through what my kids are learning. I'm learning stuff that I don't ever remember learning in public school. And I honestly think it's been a huge like growth thing for me, like very like personal growth. I've felt like I've become more patient. I felt like I've been able to handle, kind of going with the flow more. And if people know me, I'm kind of a very I like my structure. So I really enjoy homeschool, and I really think that things so far have been going really good. And so I'm debating on next year if we're going to do maybe a more year-round schedule. Our plan is to be out like the end of May. And we'll kind of see from there like how it goes, because I feel like I want to at least take like June and July off, but I want to kind of have a more relaxed schedule throughout the year, not be so stressed about like getting everything done by May. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.